Hi, this is Nurse Angie of Nurse Angie Reviews and Adventures. Today we are at Woodland Cemetery, starting our new adventure. Let's see what we find here. This is a very old cemetery in Dayton, Ohio, and we do have some famous people here. Some of them are in the Haunted Ohio books, and we will talk about them as we go through this section. Woodland is also an arboretum, and they take pride of their trees and stuff. And they have a large volunteer group to help take care of this nice cemetery. It is a very busy cemetery. People like to come out here and walk. Enjoy the scenery. It's very peaceful. And when I first started working on this, I went into their office and got a little bit of history of Woodland Cemetery. Woodland has two other graveyards that have been moved. They weren't sure the reason exactly why they were moved, and they're not sure if it was because of maybe the flood or what. They're not sure. So we do have some older graves here from the other two cemeteries that were brought in. Woodland does have tours and guest speakers that goes out to places. They have some interesting tours that you can contact the cemetery, Woodland Cemetery, and see about when they are and joining them. It's the volunteers that do these tours. I know one time, one year, they offered a nighttime tour, which was on foot, which I actually did do. One of the things they did tell us in the tour, to be careful of the flat stones, because you can trip over them and get hurt, which we do not want people to get hurt. It's bad enough we have holes we have to watch. And they do have ginkgo trees up here also. In Woodland Cemetery, we also have some famous people. The absolute most famous ones are the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur Wright, which we will see those graves in another video. This is a very large cemetery. They take pride in their cemetery. And this is, believe it or not, December. And this is a nice day. And you can actually hear the groundskeepers talking in the background. They actually have groundskeepers here. And this tree decides they love this headstone. And Buckeye, Ohio is coming to join me. He is also helping me on this project. And where I say I'm not a mountain goat, he called me a hill goat. I'm not a hill goat. And we are underneath a ginkgo tree. Yuck. I smell like poo. You see we have some smaller headstones here that have fallen over. But I do know the cemetery do have some volunteers that are doing restoration work on them. And with this being such a large cemetery, it's going to take a little while before they can get to them. Here's the headstone that says "Our Babies." I do have a book on what the different headstones design means. I will work on making a little video of that. Haven't figured out how I'm going to do it yet, so I'm still working on it. My mind never stops working on things. This is how I am, and how a lot of nurses are. And this section is a mixture of new and old. And as you can see over here, there are some flatter headstones, which are newer section. In the background you do see University of Dayton. They are right next door to Woodland Cemetery. And this cemetery does have 24-hour surveillance, so you're not able to get in here at night. On this headstone here, you can see how well it was actually engraved. How well it still looks. Since he died in July of 1845, it looks really good. We are now at the Morehouse family's graves. And right here is the fame, our first famous person here in Woodland Cemetery, Johnny Morehouse. The story goes with Johnny Morehouse. He was playing by the canal, which is now Patterson Boulevard in the city of Dayton. His dog was with him, and he had fallen into the canal. By the time the dog was able to get Johnny out, he had drowned. They found in Johnny's pocket a top, a ball, and a mouth harp in his cap. In this statue, you see Johnny laying on his dog with his dog's paw wrapped around him. People come out and bring flowers to lay on Johnny's headstone. On the side, it also says "Somber Sweet." And people bring little toys, stuffed animals, cars, leave pennies, pebbles. You see somebody left them some nerds, a little glass marble, and a Snickers, along you saw with the flowers. Supposedly, if you stuck your hand up to the dog's nose, you'd be able to feel his breath. Which I have not felt his breath. And this story is also in the Haunted Ohio books. And one story said they saw a boy about 5 years old running around here in the cemetery. When they went to investigate, they could not find that boy. So they're thinking it was Johnny Morehouse. With Johnny Morehouse, his dog stayed with him at his gravesite morning, noon, and night. People got concerned about the dog, so they would bring food and water to the dog. I'm not sure if the dog was actually buried with Johnny or not, but that's the story of Johnny Morehouse. That is our first famous person in Woodland Cemetery. And as you can see, somebody did a Christmas tree for their loved one. As you see, I just walked around a tree, and there's a tree of some sort coming over that headstone. And we have a lot of soldiers here in Woodland Cemetery. We will hit that section of Woodland, the military section. I believe this person may have been a firefighter. I do believe this headstone is right here at an acorn tree, and that the squirrels have been eating some acorns. Here is a doctor. If you decide to come to Woodland Cemetery and to explore it, make sure you're in shape, because this is a very hilly cemetery. You will get a good workout. A lot of people come up here to get a workout by walking it, riding their bikes. I've seen this headstone a lot up there in Calvary Cemetery. Never knew what it fully looked like until I came here, because Calvary just let them fall and disappear into the ground. In the Calvary Project, you do a search for the good, the bad, and the ugly, I do believe. Or Calvary Cemetery, you'll be able to find those videos. So take a look at those. In the Calvary Cemetery videos, we talk about the last Gypsy King of Dayton. Well, his family is here, and Woodland Cemetery also. the Gypsy King. We'll be talking about the gypsies that are here in Dayton in another video. That will be a separate video, and to be in the rest of the other Woodland videos. So keep an eye out for those. And here's the grave of this person in the middle, sinking in. I'm sure Woodland will fix that. Yeah, I think this headstone has been rolled, because obviously you have to stand on your head to read it and be upside down. In this grave, Peter Underwood was murdered by his girlfriend. And this headstone isn't even laying flat on the ground. I don't want to touch it. I'm afraid I might break it.
The Gephardts. There was a bunch of Gephardts up here.
In this next group of videos of Woodland Cemetery, you will be seeing a lot of Dayton history. And some of the stuff you do use every day and do not know that they were invented here in Dayton. Yeah, somebody has to be hugging a tree.
Oh!
Yeah.
Did you look
Busted.
at it? Did you look at this tree? Look at it.
He's busted.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at that fella. This is in German. I can't read this. Like a sickle? Maybe some kind of hammer? No. U-P. It's in German though. That's all I can make out of it. Interesting.
And we have come across another ginkgo tree. If you've seen my videos of Calvary Cemetery, you know they were full of ginkgo trees. And now Woodland is full of ginkgo trees. Yes, Woodland has a combination of new and old graves all through this cemetery. So you will have to see new and old. And Woodland Cemetery is also on top of moraine from when the glaciers came through, which makes this very hilly, along with Calvary, which is very hilly too. Woodland also has volunteers that come out and do restorations on their headstones. As big as the cemetery is, they could not keep up with all the work if it wasn't for their volunteers, which they do appreciate. As I was walking up the hill, I found a hackberry tree. They are a nasty tree. Here is evidence of a walnut tree. Obviously, this tree has knocked part of this headstone off as it grew.
Are those not the scary cemetery stones?
Scary cemetery stones?
Those are scary cemetery stones.
Okay.
Look at them, right? Every bad movie you've seen in the graveyard, where they go running through, oh my god, the monster's chasing them, has stones like that, or where the zombies come up. The zombies are real. Let's look at my brothers.
I don't see no zombie hands. Well, that concludes this section of Woodland Cemetery. Hit subscribe and the notifications because there's a whole lot more coming.